Call the school board meeting to order of June 20th. Dick, will you take a roll call, please?
John, you here?
Yes.
Norm?
Here.
Dave absent. Joel?
Here.
Jim?
Present.
Ron?
Yes.
Dick is here. So Dave is absent.
Proof of notice.
As listed on the agenda.
Approval of the agenda.
So moved.
By Joe,
Second.
second by Jim. Any questions on the agenda?
I do, John. I had some things added to that were supposed to be added to the agenda. You're required by law to at least state the reason why you didn't put them on.
I sent you an email to say why I did.
Can you please tell me why again?
Because I felt it wasn't necessary, that it could be, you can handle that at the policy meeting.
Okay, well, hold on. So just to let you know, it's against state statutes to not allow any board member to put stuff on the agenda.
You can request it, and the president can say yes or no.
Really? So that's a change in what the,
That's how I
what the
was
state law?
advised. That's how I was advised.
Really? So who advised you, please?
Scott, you got it from
Neola.
Nola.
Well, according to state statutes, even the latest League of Municipality magazine, #1, you can't do that. There's no president, no mayor, no committee chair or anything that can prevent anything from going on the agenda. Violates state statutes. I'm asking, I don't see why that was sent to me. You've been a president for how long now, and you don't know? How is that possible?
Joe, we're
Please tell
citizens
me.
we're citizens who are, are on this board. I don't know everything that needs to be done.
Well, then you sent
I
this
was-
off to get confirmation right here from Scott Saville. I consider this a rogue, a whole rogue school board at this
No.
point. Come on. How are you not gonna put ethical things on the agenda, such as consideration with appropriate action, contract bids, approval process, and ethics? Consideration with appropriate action, art projects, acceptable language parameters, and vetting for Mayville School District students and staff. You see, you didn't do your job either. What is the point of taking a look at state statutes and finding out? Why wouldn't we do that? Why does this school board continuously and consistently think it's okay to violate state statutes? Whether it's in the past open meetings violations or something like this. It's not that hard. Read. The League of Municipalities just put out a thing in their June thing. You can't do that. Why would we do that? I asked you kindly 3 different times in emails, please add my stuff to the agenda. You came up with this thing that I don't even think was your writing.
It was.
Really? Okay. Well, you came up with this thing that was like, it doesn't even make sense. Why would you not add it? Why would you try to keep stuff from getting on the information? This is part of the topic right here of the agenda. Approving the agenda. My stuff wasn't on there, and it's not approved.
Right, and you have the opportunity to bring it to the policy committee to suggest it come to the
No,
board.
so here's the thing. You cannot refuse a single thing I put on the agenda. The board can send it to the policy committee. It's their right to do that, which means if it's a first and a second, we get to talk about it. At that point, the school board can recommend it going to the policy committee, not you. You have gone rogue. That's the way I look at it. Why wouldn't you know? You've been a president, you've been up here for 20 years. Why would you not know that? 20 years. How can you not know?
Just keep it up, Joe, keep it up.
Really?
Yeah.
Joe, where'd that information come from?
Why don't League of Municipalities Magazine, state statutes, 19.84, 1 Bravo. There's plenty of other state statutes that coincide with it. It's been case law and everything else. You know darn well as I do that you were not supposed to do that. At least I believe so. Because how can you be up here for that long and not know that? We're supposed to approve whatever somebody wants to put on the agenda. Was it really too bad? Are you trying to hide
No,
something?
I'm not trying to hide anything.
Are you trying to hide something? Because that's the way I'm looking at it.
If he has something he wants to know, why wouldn't he go on? I'm curious.
I felt that
You felt?
if he wanted it, that it should go to the policy committee, to suggest it come for review, to have it a policy.
Is that how it works, I don't know. I'm new at this.
So here's the thing though, the people control the agenda, John. We're elected by the people, not you. The people do. You don't have unilateral control to vet the agenda. You don't get that say. I don't see how you don't know that. It drives me, I mean, come on, how can you not know at least that? So when I saw that, I was like, come on, are you serious? How are you not gonna allow my stuff on the agenda? I've never heard of somebody not allowing somebody's stuff on the agenda. I mean, it doesn't even make sense.
So, okay, Joe. If I gave you that comment and you don't even have the respect then to contact me and say, gee, John, why don't you check on this statute and discuss it between us, and just, instead of just ignoring what I sent you.
I specifically
You
asked, please add my stuff to the June
and I
20th
sent you
agenda
a
at 6 p.m.
response, and then you send me the same.
And I said
generic-
again, add
Right.
the stuff to the June
Right. But
June 20th,
but
6
it's
p.m.
I
agenda.
would think it would be common courtesy.
I think it would be common courtesy that you would have researched the state statutes, or could maybe got advice from somebody. I think it would be common courtesy to allow somebody to put something on the agenda, whether you disagree with it or not. See, common courtesy is about the people. We're elected by the
Common
people.
courtesy is about
People.
both. Yeah.
Yes, no, we're elected by the people. You should have thought about, you know what, this is dealing with ethics, why wouldn't we put it on the agenda? That's the first thing that would come into my mind, whether I agree with someone or not. That's all I have.
You wanna amend the agenda?
Can't
The
now.
resolution?
Can't. It's too late,
Okay.
24 hours prior,
Okay.
unless it's an emergency. We can amend the agenda to move these out of order, that's it.
Joe,
Aye. Or no, I'm sorry, no.
Have to say no.
Yeah.
aye.
Aye.
Motion carried 4, 2, 1. Citizens' comments. Thomas?
Yes. Tom Jacquet, 414 Jansen Avenue, Mayville. My comment is about 5 policies, but there is a lot of background that leads up to those policies. I was told that a student presented a picture of President Trump with the words containing blank, 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 and blank. I'm not going to say them because they're crude, rude, objectionable, and harmful to women. It's written in big red letters on this piece of artwork. Donald Trump's picture had a big red clown nose on it. So apparently, I guess it's okay to use that kind of language now in our school district, that is, if it fits the narrative, I guess. So the first question I need to ask is, what were the answers to the younger students when they asked what the words in this picture really mean? I'll let you guys gel and think about that for a while, but I'll go on. And I'd like to know who in their right mind would think this is a fitting thing to do by presenting it. Our schools, I believe, are for teaching children and learning to be good citizens while respecting boundaries and acceptable behaviors and norms. Kindly tell me what was good about this picture. So I'll go on. And we wonder why children think nothing of harming one another if this is what's being taught or promoted. The artwork was not just promoted or taught, it was held up as a crowning jewel. It won. I wish I really knew how and who voted for it to make it the winning entry. And then it was sent on to the art contest at UW-Washington County as representative of what is best Mayville School District can offer. Really? I see something missing on the wall. I don't see that student's artwork on the wall. It was on the school district Facebook page 2 days ago. Surprisingly, today it's not there. I wonder what happened. A caveat. If the student was trying to show that sexual and other types of harassments are wrong, they certainly succeeded, but I didn't see any notation to that effect on the picture by the student. None that I could tell from what I could see after having the picture forwarded to me. So, would the art teacher have felt if it was a picture of herself, fellow student, the principal, and administrator, would it be okay? Now, to get to the policies. Some of the Mayville School District policies that I'm going to list discuss sexual and other forms of harassment. And each one, in my mind, was blatantly disregarded and willfully broken, not only by the student, but condoned by the art teacher when the student's artwork, if you can even call it that, was presented here in Mayville and at UWWC. Policies 5720, 5517, 5516, 5600, and 0145. I guess in my honest opinion, that teacher has been proven to be untrustworthy and shown to be incapable of following the rules and policies of the school district by condoning the picture. And I guess I really would like to know, why didn't any other teachers or members of the administration look directly and have that enough guts to pull the picture, knowing that it violated multiple school district policies that I previously listed? I can't believe not one of the teachers or the administrator pulled it out. Are they all that morally inept, in my honest opinion? I think they're just as complicit as the art teacher in condoning this. Or was it because this is not really considered original student artwork? I don't know. I just hope that because the art teacher willfully broke not one, but several of the district policies by condoning this disgusting piece, that she would be immediately dismissed for just cause and not simply given a slap on the wrist being told, oh, you should have known better. With that, I'm going to finish with this thought. You all honestly believe it's okay to degrade women by making these types of comments shown in this piece of artwork? So then, why is it okay to have the picture presented as part of the artwork representing Mayville School District at its best? Thank you.
Joe?
So as you guys already handed out, so you can see on there, I don't know if you guys want to say what words those were right there, because I find a problem that if you guys can't say it in public, then why did we have it displayed? Here's the thing though, I actually applaud the individual that did this. What's interesting, she's got a First Amendment right to be able to display those types of things. But my issue isn't the First Amendment. My issue is that this was supposed to be a family-oriented event. And I look at it as, that's what Mayville is, families. So I think that a first grader is not going to understand the nuances of what this says. The nuances being sexual harassment. Nuances being should be stood for. To me, it's actually awesome. I look at it, it should be displayed somewhere. But then I think in my mind, what teacher, who were the people that actually thought it was okay to put an award to this? The teachers that were shooing kids away, saying, hey, don't go near this. Why would they not do the right thing? Why would they take that down? We know that this is wrong for families. And that's what we are. So I think as a teacher or any individual in society, we're supposed to be doing the right thing at the right time for the right reasons. That's what we do. And I think that if you read, how can an individual not read big words? This is about how big it was. How can you not see it? if you couldn't see this, and these teachers that say they couldn't see this, red words all over the place, I say, how? How is that even possible that you can't see this? But I see the message. The message is awesome. I really think it is great. Because it's First Amendment. But when I take a look at this, it's not appropriate for an art show. There's many people in this town that have called. I've been fielding a lot of calls about this. One call, so I work today, fielded another 4, and I'm like, really? So I get a lot of calls about this. I think it's ridiculous. I think that our school administration is trying to hide it. I truly believe that. The reason why is I looked at the email by the lawyer. And the lawyer is saying it's better to go ahead and I'm paraphrasing here, that it's better to go ahead and take fault for not answering replies to the media, again paraphrasing, than it is to go ahead and come out with it. National interest groups might have a story here. And when we're taking advice like that, I think we're wrong. You know, we should have came out in front of everything and just said it. Come out to the media and said we did wrong. What's wrong with that? You know what's kind of interesting? I was in Kosovo and had a young soldier that was underneath me, but that's all I did was I just did raid after raid after raid. And we ended up raiding a house, and right after that house incident, I had people coming up to us saying money was missing. I was like, there's no way any of my soldiers, which are considered an elite group of soldiers, are going to steal money. Number one, we get paid too much to do stuff like that. That was my thought process. 6 months later, after already leaving out, so it's actually even further than that, I found out that the guy was joking and he stole money. I did the right thing immediately. Turned it in, chaptered the guy out of the Army. That means kick out of the Army. Because we don't do that as leaders. See, as leaders, we do the right thing. And I didn't see the right thing done with this. I saw what I consider and what I believe was hiding. How can we hide this? Or the little comments, oh, here's Pat O'Toole carrying in this thing. So that's not what we do. You should be proud that he's carrying that in to say something that we're going to be better leaders. And I'm asking the school board to take a look at this. I'm asking the school board to take action on this. Because that was not what Mayville School District is. It's not the cardinal way. Now that was awesome. If I was a teacher, I'd say, wow, it's not the proper venue. We know little first graders are going through. This is not the proper venue. But this is awesome. Please go display it over here. Give the child guidance to display their artwork, because I really look at it. I think it's awesome. It says multiple messages. It's saying all kinds of stuff, whether you like Trump or not. Doesn't matter. It's just those messages. Now, I could sit there and go on Obama where he sits there and he admits himself he cussed like a sailor, or President Clinton. We all know what happened with that. Or we could go to Lyndon Johnson. We could go presidents all the way back. But this message was relevant to today's time. So the First Amendment was awesome of it. But why wouldn't a teacher say, this is not the proper venue for little kids? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. And then I take a look at emails coming. Why does it seem like our school district is trying to hide it? Why does our lawyer say this stuff he did? It didn't make sense to me. I'm saying it just doesn't make sense. We're better than this. We're leaders. We're leaders in our community. We're leaders for our kids. We are the example. Be no do. They look up to us. They look up to you. And all of us. We set the standard for our educators. We are the standard. And I'm expecting us to be like the standard. I don't expect us to hide anything. I expect us to do the right thing and follow the law. I expect us, if we think we're not following the law, let's go ahead and find out. Let's make sure we do the right thing for the right reasons at the right time. That's what we do. It's ethics, ethics, ethics. That is what we should strive for.
Judy?
Yeah, he pretty much said it.
Okay, all right. We have resolution 1718254, approval of the, I'm sorry, 255, approval of the minutes of the previous meeting.
I'll move.
Art, seconded by
I'll second.
Jim. Any questions on the minutes? Nord?
Aye.
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 Abstain.
Aye. Motion carried 502. Okay.
Sure.
Okay, we're gonna move down to a presentation by Melissa Bannerman.
John? I'd like to go ahead and
Sure.
introduce Melissa. Melissa was an 8th grader, is currently technically a 9th grader now, and she took her STEM experience and worked with Miss Melissa Schneider, of course, our STEM teacher who wasn't able to be here tonight, and came up with a proposal. I'll let Melissa tell you how that all came to be, but worked independently with Mr. Kramer at the high school, and she's going to share with her. And it's just one of many examples of what we're looking for from our learners as far as having efficacy and advocacy for taking projects on and leading their own learning. So with that, I'll let Melissa take it away.
Okay, so when I was in the first semester, Mrs. Schneider was teaching me STEM class, and then my second semester I study hall, and I really don't need study hall because I always get my work done. And I am very into like agriculture because I live on a farm, and I always told her that I would do FFA when I'm older and be involved in all that stuff. So then she came up to me with the idea to work with the ag teacher so I can get more of a feel of the class. And so aquaponics and my experience. What is aquaponics? Aquaponics is very similar to hydroponics. Hydroponics is the study of plants and how they grow but without soil. So if you would grow these plants in sand, gravel, and etc., you would also have to find out what you can add to them to help them grow without the help of soil. Aquaponics is when you grow plants with the waste of animals that live in the water, such as fish. But you're growing the plants in a very economic and cheaper way. The water animal that is providing the waste also gets a reward back with clean water. So the left picture is aquaponics and the right is hydroponics. And in the aquaponics picture, this is a way more advanced system, and the openings is for the fish maintenance and so they don't feel so trapped in. How I started my aquaponics journey. It all started when the second semester came. I was given an opportunity to be part of an independent study during my wind time. Mrs. Schneider taught me first semester and approached me with the idea to do more meaningful work for semester 2. We had the idea to work with Mr. Kramer on an aquaponics project. I started doing this during my study hall because I usually don't need study hall. I started with a meeting early in the morning with Mr. Kramer and Mrs. Schneider to talk about what I'd be doing and how it'd be helping me for my freshman year in A class. After the meeting, I started to go to the STEM lab in the middle school to take notes and sketch a picture on what I was planning on it looking like. After I had a good set of notes and when I understood what I was going to be working on, I started walking up to the high school in early February. Once I started going up to the high school every other day, I started to like it more and more. Eventually, Mr. Kramer and I got started on the project and continued to work on it. Where did all the supplies come from? Some of the most general supplies that were needed were wood/plywood for my grow bed, PVC pipe, fish tank, hose, fish, aerator, expanded clay, seeds, grow lights, etc. There were many small supplies just to make it a tad bit better. All the supplies mostly came from Mr. Kramer and some materials I brought from my house. It's honestly so cool how you can gather everyday objects and make this kind of system. How has my project helped me for my freshman year so far? There is multiple ways my project has helped me this year so far. First, I've gained confidence just by going to the high school. I've gained confidence by getting to know the staff better and getting to know my way around more in general. Another way this project is helping me is I will get an understanding